see before them, Makilmone.
Ready to answer Eastern royalty calls. Come she now to our Oriental Majesty, mindful of today's advice. Erstwhile Baroness Bergenthal, servant bride for Eastern bride, bound woman to humble self, an archer bold with renown. Round fire she sings and tells her tale. Oh, and never does her talent fail. None who knows her fails to ask, eager to listen to her perform this task. Singing songs of deeds upon deeds glorious, singing songs that all can chorus. Everyone's an expert when you're in the FDA. Such an honor gained in the past, Monk's companion and silver crescent. Answer now the question, Baroness Emma Makilmone.
Please take your call. So, you had a day. A lot of people came to talk to you. Were you able to have some good conversations and some thoughts about the question you posed before you? Your Majesty would like to have your answer?
Sure. And given the counsel that you have been given over your vigil and the wisdom that you have received, we would have your answer.
Your Majesties would see before them the Order of the Pelican.
The silver crescents. When they call the silver crescents, you might as well just step back. I have business with you today. You stand here, ready to fly. But before you can do that, you must break a bond. Not a friendship, which will remain, but a field trip. Today, I release you. You are your own woman, ready to take her place among the peers of the East. Please give me back that belt. This belt was put on her approximately 15 years ago. It was made by a friend of ours who died about 4 months ago. This is twist pattern habit. This belt is made for you at my request. This belt I give back to you that you may pass it on to your first protege.
Is there a member of the Order of the Chivalry who will speak for this candidate?
Majesty, I claim that right. May I address your court?
You may.
For those who don't know me, I'm no one of consequence at all. I am Sir Cedric of Armorica, Knight of the Society, and I call this woman my friend. I've known Emma a number of years, probably more than both of us care to admit. She has been my friend. She has been my Baroness. When asked to speak for her, I had to give some thought to which of the chivalric virtues I thought she best embodied. And upon giving it a goodly amount of thought, I decided for her it was nobility. And to be specific, the virtue of noblesse oblige, which deals with the duties and obligations of a member of the nobility to their subjects and dependents. And it compels them to make certain of their well-being and care for them. This has never been an obligation for her, and nothing she's ever felt compelled to do. It is just who she is. This is what she was like before she became a territorial baroness, what she did during her entire tenure, and what she continues to do now. Your Majesties, this woman is my peer. This is a good thing you do this day.
Is there a member of the Order of the Laurel who will speak for this person?
What? Anybody else?
If anyone else, nope.
I think I might know her well enough. For those of you who don't know, this is my sister.
For realsies.
The real seed. The real. Anyway, I am Mistress Eleanor McCarthy. Really old. So, and who's she? She is my
Had to throw that dig in. I know how siblings be. I know how siblings are.
Love those digs. Love those digs. And let me tell you, I'm not up here for no reason. I am here for the reason that, damn, she has done so well since I have encouraged her and her husband to come into the society because it's fun. And I'll tell you, she's bossy. I don't know anybody else like that. She's thoughtful and organized. She is all of those things the Laurels sometimes aren't. But I had a long discussion about some of the things that she does do. She does the service, that being baroness and doing all those things, having been seneschal, running events, doing all those happy things. The other thing she does, remarkably, is art. She does music, she plays music. She started with music in her arts pursuits, and then proceeded into illumination, which delighted me because guess what I got my laurels in? Anybody? No, not here. No.
Illumination.
So when she started doing illumination, I was really pleased because, you know, I could support and help her and everything like that. And like a rocket, off she went, looking in books, looking for sources and everything like that. So after much work and several years of doing this, of course the question came up. You know, should she be looked at for the laurel? And I will tell you, we had a long discussion about this, and it was truthful and honest, and I recommend everyone keep this kind of thing in mind. When you do the arts, if you do not have the passion for the study and the art, if your love, because it requires love, is not for the book, and is not for the formula, and not for the diddly little bits that laurels are so popular and famous for, that's okay. Because this woman has done hundreds of scrolls. And let me tell you something, nothing is more humiliating than having her come up and say, I need to make a scroll for this person, and I don't really know who they are. And the miniature in her scroll is this big of the person getting the award. And she asked the people that recommended her, what color is her eyes? I'm like, you know, in period scrolls, they were are all brown. Especially this big. Oh no. So she gets said, the people said, this woman's eyes are blue. So what did I see in the end scroll? A person this big with and they had pupils! Okay, if that doesn't show love, it might not be the study. Who cares what kind of paint she used? It was love that inspired her to make sure every scroll that she produced had something of that person in it. Every single one. This, Your Majesties, I definitely say, she is my peer, and she has done tremendous service for this kingdom, for this care and this love. Thank you very much.
Is there a member of the Order of the Fence who would speak for this person?
Your Majesty, I am Governor McPherson and I claim that way. I have only known Emma 5 or 6 years now, since I moved up to the Barony of Hall, while she and Rob were in the Barony of Barony. I've never seen you stop, ever. You supported our Barony, supported all individuals. I couldn't imagine what you had to go through to try to keep everything together. I don't know if I could do it. I honestly don't. You came to Bergenthal in the early 2000s, and haven't stopped. Audit Friday Duel, Summer Draw, your art, each thing. I'm to speak on perseverance, and after speaking to others, one of the toughest things, or the toughest jobs, is being a land baron or baroness. You have to be there for everybody all of the time. I couldn't imagine the stress. You have to put your SBA career on hold. Everything you do and what you try to work it in here and there. That's a lot. That's a lot to sacrifice. That's a lot to do. As I said, I don't think I could do it. It is amazing. You've been kind to me since I showed up, and you've even supported me, and I appreciate it. Your Majesties, Your Highness, Emma is my peer, and I highly recommend it.
Is there a member of the Lady of the Rose who would speak for Emma? Cheerfully withdrawn. Is there a member of the Order of the Rose?
I am Count Albert Rothschild, and I have the great privilege of speaking for Emma from the Order of the Rose. Courtesy is big in my order. As the landed Baroness of Bergenthal, as you once were, you were the highest, in my opinion, of courtesy of your barony. You were the inspiration to everybody in your barony to fight for their barony and for all the things that you are most certain.
Is there a member of the Order of the Pelican who will speak for this person? Your Majesty. Hi, I'm Arch.
That's you claiming that right or stuff?
Oh, yeah. The answer is E.
I said this once before, newcomers, those of you who are new to the organization, this woman is going up to become a companion of the Order of the Pelican. This is the highest accolade you can get within our game for someone who has done service for the kingdom and the society. It's an accolade that's recognized throughout the SCA. A companion of the Pelican in the East is recognized in the West, in Los Arcs, Australia, in Drachenwald, in Europe. Wherever we go, if you're a Pelican, they know who you are and what you've done. And then we get to this ethereal question of what the heck is a peer? And I've said this before, I'll say it again and again. A peer is that person that puts the grocery cart back. When nobody's looking. Why do I bring that up? Because when you do service within the game, you don't do it just in your area. You go outside your area. You do service where it needs to be done. I see something that needs to be done. I don't say, hey, look at me, I'm going to, well, I will. But we don't say, hey, look at me, I'm going to go do this. We just see that it gets done. We don't always do it ourselves. We get a team together to do it. The first time I met this woman, my late wife and I had gone to this event at the old wind site. It was late at night. I pulled into a field to set up camp, and my car got stuck. And I'm spinning my wheel. Literally. And there's a little tap on the window, and his voice says, "Are you stuck?" "No, pumpkin. I'm drilling for oil." "Here's your sign." Emma, Rob, and Eleanor would not let me get out of the car. Not that I tried that hard. They pushed the car out of the mud 3 times. Not 30, Rob. Nobody's watching. They were new. They had just moved into the kingdom. They took my wife out of the car, sat her down, put her around a little fire pit, and wrapped her in wool. She was having a problem with her blood sugar. They gave her cookies. I didn't get any cookies.
You're the one that got cursed up.
But I got to stay dry. That's the first time I've seen them do service. She hasn't stopped since. When Mistress Breed and I got married, for real, they cooked our feast. Why? Because we said we need somebody to cook our feast, and they showed up and did it. That's what a peer is, folks. That's why we recognize people in this organization. This is why we do something that I have never seen in any other organization in the world. Something I call a living eulogy. You get to play Huck Finn and listen to see what it would sound like once you were dead. You get to hear people talk about really nice things about you and what you've done and what they love about you. You don't get to do that anywhere else. So if you want to know what a Pelican is, if you want to know what a peer is, come meet this lady. Stay away from her husband. Meet her. She's yours.
I half expected you to be like, if you want to see what it's like, just come and paint this fence white with me.
I'll let her do that.
Is there a mantle for this gentleman? Cloak?
Cloak?
Mantle?
Tell me a little bit about it.
Rob your Carol.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Don't get the back up.
So, years ago, before I had the cojones to ask for a peer, I asked an individual to be my teacher. And today, my teacher who let me go so I could have a peer and became my sister is her own woman. So, our peer had asked that the household make her garb for elevation, and this is the mantle I was tasked with making. Also, finishing on the cloak with the crochet rope because I suck.
There are clasps that go with this that were produced by Barony, Makilmone, I think. I'm sorry.
They're very incredibly.
They were custom designed for you by you.
By the way,
You tell them it's affection because we have Carol today. I'm not going to see this.
and for any of those who enjoy art as much as this lady and her sister do, and many others in this room, the image that I utilized for the inspiration of the cloak came from an illuminated manuscript, and the same image was forwarded to Master Min as inspiration for the clasps, because you don't do extra halfway.
If it's worth doing, it's worth it.
Thank you.
Is there a medallion?
There's
Medallion?
All right, so tell me about it. Tell me about
So Barony and I love to work together, and they work together to make these projects last. They were very honored to make such a medallion for such a special person. It is a fused glass medallion.
And also in the box is a cord in your colors made by the Honorable Lady Hannah Sinclair, in case you want to make the thing longer.
Is, Cap? Edward? Cap of Mickey.
We decided she wanted to do this Anglo-Saxon thing, and they don't have hats, but they did wear headrails. So I commissioned the headrail from Mistress Rockerai from China.
He's checking.
You're going to need some help with it.
This is a really strange emotion. Help me. I don't think it's fundamental. If you take that side, I'm going to do my best. Which way does this go? And so we're there. We're in the middle now. It's like folding a fitted sheet. It is actually like folding a fitted sheet.
Just be glad she gave up on that skateboard idea.
I'm good.
Blood drops are a symbol of the order.
Medallion. you forget the hang of
Not perfectly.
Thank you.
Proclaim unto all who come by these presents that we, Rokujin, Demon King of three heavens, and Indrakshi, Rani, have been in receipt of many petitions calling for recognition of the extraordinary service rendered unto the kingdom by Emma Makilmone. Over many years, she has stewarded or assisted with a great many events, from champions tournaments, even unto the coronation of our ancestors, Brian and Anna. Although she was elevated to be Baron and Baroness, Baroness Bergenthal, her service has transcended baronial duties, and it pleases us that by these letters and to the acclaim of the companions, we induct Emma into the noble order of the Pelican, with all the rights, privileges, and duties appertaining thereunto. And as further token of her new estate, we affirm her right to these arms by letters patent. Her Ben Sinister, Nebulae, Azure, and Vert, and Arrow Benwise Sinister, and a harp or. Done at the War of the Roses in Concordia of the Snows. Scroll by Harold von Orbach.
Of course.
I don't require you to come on this. Let them know.
I gave my heart to the kingdom of the East, my love to the people here with us. Yes. My soul I give, as is the nature of the beast, so that others may feel free to join me. Whatever I can do, you have yet but to ask. By my hand I will see it done. Or find a kind soul that will complete the task, who agrees that service is fun. So say I, Emma Makilmone.
I, Ryu,
And I, Indrakshi,
hear your words.
and know them to be true,
In exchange, we offer to you our strength,
and our protection,
our wraths.
and our affection.
As the karmic wheel turns, we hope that your opposition is crushed underneath.
And may you rise to prosperity,
So long as dragons beckon at our doors,
and the sun rises in the east.
we
Bind
bind
ourselves
ourselves
to
to
you.
you.
For Emma Makilmone, the latest member of the Order of the Pelican.